while ago how William and Catherine are really winning the PR wars, some might suggest, with the use of social media. The fact that they're letting more and more into their lives, and for us to see exactly how they operate as the Prince and Princess of Wales is proving incredibly, well, valuable and enjoyable. You know, when you look at this picture that they released just prior to Christmas, it proved to be a big hit. Of course, they've decided to up it really with putting more and more things, taking us behind the scenes of their coronation day, and then, you know, what they've been up to over the last month, testing the water to see if the public are indeed interested in their background stories, getting their message across. It was one thing, I have to say, that our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, really embraced. She liked the power of social media. She felt that this was a great way of getting the message across without necessarily having all the critics, you know. Well, some might say, well, you do get them in the comments. You can't always turn the comments off. She was very wisely advised, and she liked that. What's interesting, though, as you know, around about the same time as William and Catherine launched their sort of look back of their very busy year of 2023, up popped Harry and Meghan with their own video. You remember this video? It was of Meghan, of course, hugging lots of people. And this was to show exactly all the charitable work that the Archewell Foundation had done over 2023. Now, there's no way that you can get away from the fact that, you know, what was revealed in their accounts was simply 1 hour a week on their charities. There's no two ways about it, you know. It just doesn't sit well. And then, of course, the bombshell was that, you know, they'd lost millions of pounds in donations. In fact, seemingly they've only got a couple of donators already for the Archewell Foundation. Maybe people are waking up to the fact that they're not doing enough for their charitable funds. And more importantly, you know, what are they investing in? Nobody really knows what Harry and Meghan stand for as a charity. Do you? I'm not so sure. So how did the video fare? The idea really of the video was to, you know, get people interested back in the Archewell Foundation, and more importantly, look for big sponsors, big donators. They were hoping that if they saw all of this wonderful work that both, you know, Meghan and Harry did, well then, you know, yes, bound to get some people on board, bound to get a lot of big sponsors. How did it fare? Well, none. You know, and this is the big problem now over at the Archewell Foundation. They were kind of saying, well, you know, they're hopefully, shall we say, looking towards the new year where people might come on board once they've worked out the money that they can either spend on charitable events or not. But there's absolutely been no trickle of interest into their office about offering money to push the foundation or charitable fund, whatever you want to call it, forward. And this is vital. I mean, even Prince Andrew's pitch at the palace still receives donations. It's still a working idea behind the scenes. So if he can get donations, why can't Harry and Meghan? Well, it would appear that their brand is very tainted. And a lot of people said, well, what did the video show other than them being sort of shown adoration as they wandered around, gripping people, waving to people? There was no actual work. There they were giving out bags, but we're not sure whether they donated the bags, whether they were funded by them. It was not clarity. Nobody really knew what their money was about, or indeed where it truly came from. So if Harry and Meghan thought that this particular video was going to be the start of kickstarting their funds, their donations, their millions that they need to run this said company, well, seemingly they've already got off to a very bad start for 2024. According to a well-placed source, they're looking at another video to try and reinstigate some interest in this, showing a little bit deeper into their more meaningful and productive work. Bet you can't wait for that. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.